This is the second time!
Oh, yeah, but listen, Brendan, he's trying to give, like, a greater scope of the world, and, you know...
How about he makes, like, a colonoscopy and gets a scope of my ass? I wanted to go on this one!
I don't think he's medically qualified to do that.
I don't think you're medically qualified to console me!
That hurts, man. You know? Like, I feel like we've been through a lot together. You know, we hang out in this weird nether dimension. Sometimes you're there, sometimes you're not. Like, you're the only consistent thing in my life, Summary Goblin. I love you.
I'm sorry, Norman. I love you too. Thank you for letting me touch your hooves that one time.
You know, I didn't see you wash your hands, though. And
they were covered in something, Norman.
Oh, I was so clear that you had to wash them first. Well, anyway, I imagine, I mean, I'm not there, but if I had to give a rough estimate, I'd say that Protech probably discovered a ghost as well as several alarming revelations about his past. And if that happened, well, I guess maybe concurrently, Please would be running a fight club, and then shit would get a little too real.
Oh yeah, if they ran a fight club, 100%, they would make Little One do it, even though he didn't want to do it, and then his head thing would come off, and he would definitely try to really kill Please.
Yeah, you know, Please was kind of a shitty friend back there.
Don't I know something about those, Norman?
Yeah, well... But anyway, I imagine they're probably at...
But they made up!
I imagine they're probably at Waterdeep by now. Do you think they're going to get me a present?
No, but if they don't get you a present, I'll buy you a mockingbird.
Oh, well, I don't know what I would do with that, but thank you.
I don't know what I would do with that, but thank you.
That's what he would do to you.
Oh.
Oh.
But then... All right, you know what? There's funny, and then there's just hurtful.
And I toe the line.
I don't sound anything like that. You're not even saying words. You're just making a noise.
That's you. That's how you talk, Norman.
I get Ray Romano. I get Kermit the Frog.
Is it easy being a horse?
No.
The goblin voice is really taking a toll on me. They're going there because they found out that the guy who probably killed the girl trying to summon some shit is there.
Yeah, Mr. Cialis.
All right, so as you guys make your way to Waterdeep, you end up at the North Ward, and it's like, this is like the very like affluent part of town. You're able to find Yellowcrest Manor pretty easily due to the directions given to you by...
Buy things. As they're dragging me away, I wanted to buy things.
Later, when we've stopped the murder guy, please.
Protech is like,
Yes, sir.
please, listen, this is a really important mission. I want to help her.
Weren't you Swiss?
Oh,
I want to help the ghost. We share a tragic backstory of Benimini.
I need a t-shirt that says, "Weren't you Swiss?"
I wonder if there's a food court I could go for some yamba juice.
No, there's not, because apparently we're not allowed to stop and shop.
Please, it's not a vacation.
Kicking a very large rock at a
I
house.
promise to
far
do
too
some
hard.
shopping after we solve this horrible tragedy.
Protech, have you not heard? It's not Jamba Juice, it's just Jamba now.
Yamba juice, that's what I say.
No, not Jamba Juice, just Jamba.
They got rid of the
Oranga Julius.
Fine, let's go fight stuff.
Terrible
Wait a
idea.
second. No, let's go fight stuff. I forgot what my priorities were.
Protech, whoever's patching you is doing terrible, man. I'm just saying. They can't even patch Jamba Juice in for you. That's
Fucking
terrible.
iOS 15.3.
They'll patch it in the next update, man. Don't even worry.
so yeah, you guys make your way to Yellowcrest Manor. What do you do?
Is it an active manor or a clearly abandoned manor?
You don't... It looks like someone certainly lives here. There's a couple of like... I mean, like someone has been maintaining this topiary in the yard, so...
Topiary.
Is it daylight right now?
It is.
Okay, so we don't want to do too much Snoopy shit.
Let's knock.
I've heard crazier ideas.
Yeah, I guess let's knock and see who answers the door. Please stay here.
Yeah, please, just stay quiet.
Because the chances you go, we're here to solve a murder about a guy that lives in this house is
110%.
very high. So
I sit down on the steps and I don't know, sharpen my sword? No, that's intimidating.
clean your gun.
Clean your non-existent
clean
pistol.
my gun. I'm gonna look at my inventory.
Looking through his backpack.
Yeah, I'm just digging through my backpack.
I'll knock on the door. Steven, normally I would say it was you, but I am actually a noble, which these people are, so.
Fair. Yeah, I'd like to also change my armor to something more akin to the area. You said it was much more of like a higher up area.
Yeah, you get like some khakis and like one of those like a golf hat or something.
Nice, like a little caddy's head.
Yeah, you got some long shorts.
Nice.
I put my cape a little bit over so it looks a little bit more fancy than my skin though.
As you knock at the door, there's a short, balding man with a warm smile and a fine mustache. He answers and goes, "Yes, what can I do for you,
Lovely.
gentlemen?"
Hello, sir. Lovely mustache, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Is this still the Yellowcrest Manor?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I'm afraid the Yellow Crest family hasn't lived here for quite some time after the incident. As he leans closer to you, Lou, you get the smell of wine off of him. He's been, gook.
No. The incident.
Chugging dicks.
The incident, sir. Well, I'm afraid we're from very far out of town. We're not really familiar with that incident.
Well, it's not terribly surprising, sir. The precise details were kept out of the public knowledge, but
Can we come in and drink with you? He's rich.
I am rich and an alcoholic.
well, just to be clear, I'm merely inspecting the wine to make sure that it is safe for consumption.
How many bottles are good?
Well, when I was a boy, my father used to say, "More hands make less work."
We have hands.
Huge hands.
He pours all three of you guys a glass. He takes you kind of inside to the cellar.
Nice.
And
I dump some fey liquor into it so I can feel something.
yeah, so you guys are drinking, and
I one
Can
shot
I
it.
do an investigation check as we walk through? Kind of like just see if there's anything
there's nothing
not
really
particular?
I mean, it's just a wine cellar.
I meant like as we walk through like the house itself, like on
Oh
the way
no,
to the
he
cellar.
doesn't take you through the house. That
Oh,
would be
okay.
a property. He takes you like kind of where he was before.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys are just kind of drinking, chit chatting, and I forgot to introduce myself. Arnulf.
Arnulf, lovely to meet you. I am Lou McClear.
Right. Look, I haven't had the delight of hosting a McNear in a long time.
Well, here it is. See if you can afford the delight.
How suave.
I am a noble after all. I can talk like that too. I simmer in the Hamptons with a very summery goblin.
It appears that the Yellow Crest family are not the only ones to experience tragedies. It's
No, my family has gone through plenty of that as well. But
what it's worth, I thought your father was a rather upstanding young man.
that he was until he was down laying in his grave. But we're past that. How did you know anything of my father, though? That was a while
young
ago.
Man.
Oh, I don't know if I should say, but your father had this rather cheeky trick he would do at certain parties.
What? Pray tell.
Well, he would drink out of 3 wine bottles at once, wouldn't spill a single drop while doing it.
Does not sound like the dad I knew.
So that's where you got it from.
So
Evidently.
Yes, well, sometimes our parents change greatly when we enter the picture, so...
I hate to
Still, though,
interrupt.
that was 100 years ago. How did you know my father?
Oh, that's a legend around here, sir. We haven't had a soiree like that since the McLears came. Except for that other McLear.
Oh, Kian, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, I stole everything he owns and dumped him in a... You didn't even let me get to the good part. I dumped him in a poop trough.
You didn't.
Yeah, now I own all his stuff.
Well, cheers!
Hey, cheers!
Cheers to the McLears.
To that little golf
Cheers
shite
to
sucker.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Oh, that little fuck.
Well, listen, I could sit here and wax nostalgic with you boys all night, but is there something I could do for you?
fuck does that mean?
Oh, Stephen, I think you were about to get to a point.
Was wondering how long the McClears had been in this area. You said that there was an event going on. I wasn't sure.
They were here for a party, but what a party it was.
Is there anything that you can tell me about it? Did that have anything to do with the other event you were speaking of?
Oh, you mean what happened to the Yellowcrest family?
Correct.
No. they ran in different circles, as it were, but, they kept the details of the murders away from the general public. But I was at the pub and I heard some of the guards talking about it. Ghastly stuff.
What did you heard? I kind of pour him another glass.
Well, charisma +1.
Lord Vialis was away on a hunting trip with a close associate of his. When he came home, his wife, his children, a poor servant girl, their bodies were mutilated. Tongues cut right out of their mouths.
That's unfortunately resident.
What kind of a animal could do that to such a kind woman? And those children, so the oldest one wasn't quite 10.
Did the family have any kind of enemies?
No. They were very popular in the community. Everybody loved them.
Something just one day snapped?
Well, no one knows. There were no signs of forced entry.
You said that you had heard some murmurs from the guards at the pub. What were their conclusions?
Only an amoral animal could have done something like that.
Where'd Cialis or Yellowcrest go?
Oh, he was out on a hunting trip with a friend of his.
No, afterwards. Because he doesn't live here anymore?
I'm sad to say that finding his family like that, he never really got over it. He sold the mansion to the master and mistress that I work for and went off to live in the country somewhere.
No idea where?
I'm afraid not, sir. I'm terribly sorry.
I don't suppose you'd let us have a look around the place, would you?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't do that, sir.
Not even for a little of, I pull out a flask of fey liquor? Special stuff?
To be quite honest with you, sir, I don't think it would do you any good. Lord Vialis took the remnants of the family with them. He said he wanted to give them a proper burial somewhere else, but... Actually, now that you mention it, the lady of the house, they owned a few leather shops, tanneries. I believe they're still in the possession of Lord Vialis. Maybe you could find where he lives from there. I mean, surely he must send someone to collect the money.
That'll do for us, Allnorth. Thank you for the hospitality.
And thank you for the fine company.
Of course. If you ever find yourself in the town of Marin, by the way, use my name and the password Sparkle Blossom. You'll get a few free drinks.
Well, I'd say I'm due for a holiday.
You'll also come to Candlekeep, but you'll have to fight monsters.
I
I say as I'm leaving.
sent him to that old mining town that we liberated from
Nice.
capitalists.
To the leather
I assume he
depository?
gives us a leather depository.
Yeah, so you could do that. Her old lover doesn't live too far from here either.
Ooh, that seems like the more promising one.
I can't get any more armor than I have, right? Like I couldn't get like a leather greaves or something like that.
You could get magical leather armor, possibly.
I get boots, right?
I think we're doing it after the campaign.
We were, but we were going to go to a leather shop. So
You can talk
So
for now.
so a leather shop would be just regular.
Oh, it's not gonna
You
work.
would want like a specialty like magical item shop.
okay, we'll stop that then. I think let's go to the leather shop. I feel like there's a better chance there, personally.
All right.
But what do you boys think?
Does anyone want to go to Vecken's house?
Is it on the way?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, then yeah. It's on the way.
It's Feckin's house is on the way. I suppose.
We'll swing by.
All right. So you guys, you don't know which leather shops it could be, so it's going to take you a while to dig up that info. So Protech and Please.
Yo.
You guys, Protech, from your time reading the diary, you know...
Stop telling people I read a girl's diary. It's super embarrassing.
You know that Sarah's lover, a warrior named Vekken, he was a squire at the time. He used to live around here. He might be around here somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna go search around for him. Does he is there any shops that look like his skills could be put to use?
So you have his address in the diary.
Oh, it is there. Okay.
So
cool.
he might still live there.
I go to that place immediately. I
All right.
I tell Please probably, hey, do you wanna look up an ex-boyfriend of a ghost?
Yeah.
I knew you would. Let's go, bud.
So you find the house. It matches just how Sarah described it.
There's like a sketch in the diary. I lower it. It's the exact same thing. It's like, oh wow, cool.
What do you do?
It literally beat me to it. So yeah, I guess.
He just walks right by Protech.
Just ring it through a please-shaped hole in the wall.
As you knock
a door. You're supposed to knock on them.
as you knock on the door, this small, frail balding man opens and he goes, "What can I do for you?"
What can you do for us? I forgot why we were here.
I got this one. Just watch, pay attention, take notes.
No.
Are you Vickin?
No. Are you Veckin's friends?
Yes.
Come on in.
I'm never
Come
been
on in.
friends.
And he kind of like totters inside. He goes, "There's sandwiches on the table."
Oh, I go right for the sandwiches.
You
do.
I do the polite thing, like, so good. And you can hear the audio of it being mushed down and landing in my body.
Suddenly, around the corner, you hear, "Who's at the door, Pa?" You see probably a man, early 30s. He's got long black hair, and his face has like these faint but noticeable scars all over.
Vickin!
Oh, hi. Do I know you, Phyllis?
I think we probably would better be put as having mutual friends.
You're adventurers, aren't you?
Yo.
Yes.
Ha! Oh,
I
man.
give him the Arnold Schwarzenegger handshake.
He reciprocates it in kind. He goes, "Yep, I used to be part of the life too."
Yeah, so you,
life. I know the life is something else.
he's talking about
It means a
being
lot of things.
killer. It means being a contract killer. But I go, so you can say you've been on your fair share of adventures.
And he points toward the mantle.
Yeah.
You see this horned helmet, and it's got this big crack down the front of it. And he goes, "Sir Veckin of the Broken Horn." That's how I got the nickname.
Ooh, that's a concussion.
I always
Yeah, that was one of the hardest fights of my life. Bandit captain. Nearly cleaved my skull in half.
I walk up to the helmet and I clasp my hand down on it when I go, I love it when a nickname has proof. But
Breaks in half.
it just shatters it. Wow, I guess it didn't take much to break that horn. But no, I turn and say, so you understand the importance of, or maybe not importance, but how adventures can put you in very interesting circumstances.
Oh, I could tell you some stories, friend.
Well, how about I start? Does the name Sarah ring you at all?
The warm smile that was on his face
Melts.
just disappears, and he kind of goes, "Hey, Pa, can I talk to them for a minute?" His father kind of totters off, and he goes, yeah, she was very special to me."
Well, what if I told you that with your help, we might be able to do one last really good thing for her? I'm sure her death has always been a thorn in your side.
Yeah.
What if I told you I know how we can make things right, or at least maybe not right, but better?
Why do you care?
Experience points.
Right? I think Protect kind of just takes a second to take that in and just goes, well, I just hate unfinished business. It drives me nuts.
Points to the hole in his head.
He sits in like a very
Drives me nuts and bolts.
well used armchair, and he goes, "Well, I can't really tell you anything that's not public knowledge.
What, you're a warrior with great renown.
The guards, when Lord Yellowcrest came home, he found Sarah and her family, and well, they wouldn't tell the public what happened or how bad it was, but I didn't even get to see her body."
What if I told you I know who did it and possibly where that person is?
You know who did it?
Yes. It was Lord Yellowcrest.
He leans forward, very intense, and he goes, "Are you sure?"
Let's just say that I glance at do I still have the journal on me? I kind of put my hand
Well,
on
no, you wouldn't have the journal because remember, the journal can't leave
You
Canada.
can't leave. Oh, shiitake, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best you could have done was pay somebody to transcribe it into a new book. For
Okay,
you.
but which I didn't do.
Yeah.
So-
and even, to be honest, even if you had done that, Sarah's spirit is tied to the diary itself, so she wouldn't have been able to come with you with the book.
As Please is getting back from the bathroom and kind of wiping his hands in his pants, he loudly announces, "Did you tell him his girlfriend's a ghost yet?"
Okay.
I see that as a no.
I
I wish there was negative inspiration. I really fucking do.
He has a bunch you can definitely take away.
Like, mother of... That's not even out of character.
This is how I did it last time.
Yeah.
When we played last time, I was like, your girlfriend's ghost. And he's like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, that might be.
All right. Well, with the ghost out of the bag, the cat out of the bag.
Beckon just breaks down in tears.
Okay, I just like you hear the metal creaking of my head doing that slow The Office turn to bleed. You suck. You know that. Say it. Say it.
No.
Say it. Say I suck.
No.
Say it. All right, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
I like to get back and just go. You suck. Just shout there.
Beckon looks at you and he goes, Sarah was buried in one of the public graves, but I think Viala said he wanted to take his family, have them buried by his new home. I don't know exactly where.
Don't you think that's a little bit by design?
If you're sure about this...
Listen, because he's already mentioned it, it's straight from Sarah. At least as much as she can do when... Well, let's just say that her ghost isn't exactly in the best of shape, as you can imagine. So, how about me and you pay this piece of shit a visit and give that poor soul some rest?
I wish I could, but the truth is, my dad's health's not doing that great. My place is here with him. But, Protec, can you promise me one thing? The kind of monster that could do this to someone as kind as Sarah, to his own wife and his own children, he deserves to die.
If it's any consolation or any peace to you, and it's only a hunch, and if the second I know more, you will, but there might be some kind of forces that may be at play that made this whole thing happen. I don't believe this man could just all of a sudden do what he did, but let's just say that there's a lot of gods with a lot of eyes who can do a lot of bad things. So,
I hand him my sword and I say, I know you don't want to hear this from me, but I'm going to kill him with that.
he is most likely, I mean, statistically, he is going to kill him with that.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
You take care of your dad.
Yeah.
And also keep that helmet polished because
And,
I want to touch it again when I come.
Listen, if you see her ghost again, can you tell her I never stopped thinking about her?
You can guarantee that she will get that message.
Thanks, guys.
Hashtag left on red. Left on dead. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's
Left on dead.
anything else you guys want to talk to Beckon about, you could probably look for Steven and.
No, yeah, we got some killing to do.
So, please and Protec, you guys catch up with Steven and Lou. They appear to be outside of a tannery, talking to the owner, and then you see like this very regal carriage roll up.
I wave.
As
So
you,
I grab Please's hand because I don't think we want them to see us.
It is surrounded by tough-looking mercenaries, and out of the carriage steps a dark elf man. He has a very, very fancy-looking hat, and
I want it.
you see him walking up to the tannery where Lou and Steven are.
I start walking towards his hat with outstretched hands like I'm hypnotized by it.
Before you get
Someone
too
jingle
far,
keys. Someone jingle keys.
Before you get too far, though, like a mercenary kind of like does that thing where he puts his hand on your chest and he goes back off.
Does he even slow me down when he does that?
Yes.
Or do I walk past? Oh!
These guys are tough.
Ah.
I grab him.
I'm now hypnotized by the guy, and I'm like, fight me.
The dark elf turns around. He goes, now, Jeremiah. I'm sure this man is. Do you have some business with me, sir?
You got wrecked by a dude named Jeremiah.
I could go and grab my sword and then don't.
Don't poke the bear. Don't poke.
I like your hat, and I think. Well, there's something we're supposed to be doing.
Why are you talking to this bullfrog?
We're adventurers.
Why, thank you. You know, I think if you want to be the best, you have to look the best.
Ah, cool. That's why I got this. Tink Tink's the plate mail armor.
Oh, very nice.
I walk up in soiled clothes from living in the
Yeah,
woods,
you're-
and I go, I've never subscribed to that.
No, I don't suppose you have. Can I help you, gentlemen?
I relish your
Yes,
disdain.
you can, but I forget how. I'm very dumb. What? This man can help.
I did this a month ago, so I don't remember what we were asking him.
I don't remember either. that can't be my fault.
Oh wait, no, you work for pretend in the game I'm not so stupid.
Yellowcrest.
That's yes, you work for the Yellowcrest Manor, didn't you? That guy that used to there? Isn't that
Lord Yellowcrest is a friend. I'm just in town running some errands for him.
right? We talked to him?
Oh, well, I'm afraid Lord Yellowcrest doesn't really receive many visitors. He prefers to live a very solitary life.
I do too, clearly, because I live in a cave. So I believe me, I understand what Lord Yellowcrest would prefer. But we're some local historians. We just want to get his name in the history books the right way. You know, we want to make sure that he's seen in the best light, which I'm sure is the correct light. And we can't really do that unless we speak with him.
I'm terribly sorry, but I am afraid that's just not possible.
I reach behind me, grab Steven by the nape of the neck, and set him down in front of this guy and say, "Bard things," and then gently push him towards him.
By the way, I make a big show of being...
I kind of just go along with him dragging me. Hello there.
Lou makes a big show of acting very pissed off at the guy in the hat. He goes like, "All right, fuck you," and like walks away and goes down an alley.
I'm sorry, sir. I missed your name. Stephen Alou.
Oh, Farrell.
I shake Farrell's hand.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'm sorry for my friends. They're new to really socializing. They're not really the most pleasant bunch sometimes.
I lived in the woods.
I totally understand you needing your space. Is there anything that you need help with in your errands?
Oh, as you can see, I have no shortage of help. Behind him, you see, like, at least 7 armed men.
Yes, it does look like you have quite a team with you. I'm sure you'll be quite well off on your own, but if there's ever anything...
I'm never on my own. If I just give a look, these men will kill anybody who annoys me. I hope you gentlemen don't plan to annoy me.
I might.
Sir, never. I kind of push please around from behind my back.
I allow him to move me.
That is a very important distinction.
I can understand your need for space, and I again apologize for my friend's ignorance, but it was a pleasure meeting you. I turn to the guys and boys, why don't we?
Lou is already gone.
I think we have 2 non sequiturs to do. One.
Yeah. So while that's going on, what are you doing with Jeremiah?
How much do you bench?
200 pounds.
Do you work out? Yeah. Yeah, you look like it. What do you squat?
Not 2.
Super.
You're just like, that's what I fucking thought.
Do you want to, I don't know, kicks the dirt, maybe fight after this or something?
Well, I'm kind of
guys,
on
he's
a
flirting.
job, man. So I mean, like, unless my boss tells me to kill you, like, you know.
Maybe I can kicks the dirt again. Make him tell you.
Hey, did you ever see that movie Star Wars?
Oh, about 4 times.
People tell me I look like Han Solo.
Are you fluttering your eyelashes?
Make a persuasion check?
I actually have good persuasion.
What is your persuasion plus what?
13 plus 2? Something like that. Plus 4. 17.
The guy's like,
that works.
And he kind of backs away from you. You're really creeping him out.
Oh, I got a 17.
Coming out strong.
I sigh and then go walk to wherever Lou was.
Well, Lou is currently a flying squirrel who's skittering up the side of a building in order to jump onto the top of the carriage.
Oh, okay. Now, are you going to try and make some kind of trail for the guys to follow?
Yes. What am I going to throw?
Poop every 10 seconds.
Can we suppose that I found some nuts and have stuffed my mouth just so full of nuts that I can start spitting those out and try and create a trail? That would be a bad
I
idea.
mean, now here's the thing. You don't know how far away this place
No
is.
idea.
Could you have enough nuts to do that?
I got enough nuts, man.
Chew a hole in a
doubt
bag of rice in the back of the...
Ooh, is there like a cargo area on the carriage at all?
Yeah. I'd say there's like... You ever play Red Dead Redemption?
Yes.
Okay, you know like the little
The little chest on the back?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be able to get in there though, am I?
I mean, if someone were to open it, you could probably get in.
Squirrel. How can't you get in there?
Because like squirrels don't have thumbs.
No, but you're small. Isn't there some sort of a gap in it?
I mean, it's like you have to open the latch.
Oh, okay.
But ostensibly, Farrell's probably gonna have to go in there and get the payment. So if you wanted to make a stealth check
Yeah,
you could
I'm gonna
try to slip in.
I will do that. I'm gonna sit on the
Alright,
carriage, and
do
then when
me
he
a
does
favor.
I remove my head. And
Hang on.
that, should probably get the stats of a squirrel.
Yeah.
The
dexterity. You're correct.
dex on a flying squirrel is 16.
Oh, okay. So go ahead. Roll a stealth check.
So that would be a 12.
So unfortunately, his passive perception is 12. So he sees you. He goes, "Oh, get out of here, you little rodent!" And he picks you up and he throws you aside. He shuts the trunk and he climbs into the carriage. Did you want to do something?
I kind of would like to shoo the guys towards the tree line, so that I.
You're in a city.
I thought. Oh, okay.
No,
I thought
you're in the middle.
We're not anywhere near like
You're
outskirts.
in the middle of like a shopping district.
Okay. Never mind. I thought we were on tree lines.
If he doesn't have an action, then I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
Well, do you forfeit your idea?
Yeah, I was gonna turn myself into a giant eagle and fly us over, but
You said eagle, right?
yeah.
I heard emu at first, and I went,
Fly
fuck
all of
it.
us?
Let's do it.
It's terrible.
Maybe.
Fuck it, do it anyways, dude. That's way cool. I was literally just gonna...
now, I will say this: if they see you do it, they're gonna know you're following them. So do you want to like duck into an alley or something?
That's why I wanted to find.
I don't
some
like that
kind of
eagle has
cover.
been following us for 7 blocks.
There's definitely alleys you could hide.
Just
in.
walking.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of. Can I like catch Kellen as he gets thrown off of the cart?
As an eagle?
No, like as he's like literally just like standing there, and like I see that like he gets found.
Make
and
a
he just, like,
dexterity check.
I mean, I can just land on the ground and go find you
just
guys.
don't
I
you
just
have a
wanted it for the
little,
comedic.
like,
I am a flying squirrel,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I just wanted it for the comedic effect. It really
All right.
doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, just pocket him.
All right, so that didn't work. So.
Boy, I hope this is him as a flying squirrel. That's just a random flying squirrel.
We should go through the whole campaign with assuming he's just staying in wild shape. And then you get back to the city, I'm like, where the fuck have you guys been? And what is that?
We do that classic 2 looks at him, 2 looks at the one we've been carrying around.
Which was the imposter?
So you're gonna turn into an
I
eagle?
turned into a human again, please. That one can't.
You're gonna turn into an eagle and follow the carriage?
Correct.
All right. How are you guys gonna try and follow? Are you gonna follow
Eagle
Jake?
boy?
Are you gonna wait till he comes back and tells you? Like,
Is he not big enough for us to ride?
The idea was to carry them if it was possible.
Can I take my head off and he
can
carries
you
my head?
check for me what's the carry? Like, how much?
Yeah,
you can
dude,
carry?
I would go
+3 on its strength.
Ooh, but if I stay a flying squirrel, he can repeatedly throw me into the air, and then I can glide, and he can catch
That's
me
why I
and
was
wing
kind
me
of
up.
hoping he would stay as a squirrel too. 'cause
Yeah.
Oh, so you're still small.
So it's only
okay.
two
You know what?
people.
If he stays in a squirrel shape, I'll say you can do that.
Oh,
Can I pretend to be one of the mercenaries?
just tries to follow behind the cart.
How would you do
Time out,
that?
I have an idea.
Oh.
He stealth kills Jeremiah and puts on his clothes badly.
Crying the whole time.
Now here's
No,
the thing.
use
In
your-
D&D, there's not really stealth kill.
I
You know?
have 2 ideas I'd like to run by Tyler.
Okay.
One, don't you have a cloak or something that I can put on and assume look like one of these guards?
No, you're thinking about my other guy.
Jake has a hat of disguise, but you would have to attune to it, and that would take a long rest anyway. So that's not really.
Okay, option 2, I'm
Make a
just gonna
jumping,
ask him for a job. I'm fucking gigantic and very dumb. I think he might just give me the job.
Okay.
He does a job interview right there.
Why does our man on the inside always please? It always ends up being please.
I mean, you can certainly try.
He's the only one stupid enough to stumble into it.
I'm just gonna go.
Please, I will say this though. A couple of these guys appear to be average run-of-the-mill mercs, but some of these guys, you notice they have like kind of like a mark on their lips.
Like a mentat.
When one of the guys talks to the other guys, you notice a burn mark on his tongue right here. So
He said burn mark.
these guys are part of something. You don't know
Okay.
what, but that burnt tongue is kind of jumping out, even at you, and you're a big old dum dum.
You guys like going down on dragons.
I do a huddle with the group.
Who
What do
doesn't?
you think? Should I try and infiltrate them?
I think he's just gonna make him more suspicious. Because you already walked up and talked to him, you know?
You guys are giving Farrell a lot of attention, and he doesn't like attention. He just wants to get the money and
Remember
go.
the whole
Fair enough.
idea of Steven trying to shoo the group away.
So, alright, I get
shoo
you.
away.
No, I'm even smart enough to be like, I don't think that's gonna work.
All right.
Someone should probably put me in a pocket so Farrell's not like, why is that squirrel walking exactly where they are?
Yeah, no, I assume you're in Steven's
Why did that
pocket.
squirrel give me finger guns just now?
I think we were gonna follow him.
Don't
there.
you guys chose a boat instead of horse to get here. Don't you feel silly?
There was a.
Yeah.
So you guys follow the carriage for a while. Steven, roll me for a Constitution saving throw.
Are we on Eagleback here?
Yep, and I'm gonna say you're on Connor's pocket. You're on Steven's back, and Tyler, he's doing that thing where he's got you in his talons.
17?
Like he's got a talon on your shoulder, talon on your other shoulder.
And I'm like,
Okay, so yeah,
18.
you have been flying the better half of the day, but you power through it.
Nice.
No level of exhaustion for you.
Nice.
So eventually, you kind of land like a little farther away from the carriage, just so you don't get spotted. The carriage has come to a pretty small village. Please, you've kind of been around, Faerun.
Yeah.
You're about a day's travel southeast of Waterdeep, and you're not too far from a place called Daggerford. It's like a big system of like farmland. So this is a pretty good like central place for trade. Like this is a very traveler friendly stop. The carriage stops at a house, and then it goes to a different house, and you see Farrell get out and go into the house.
Can
In
I
this
make
village.
a perception check on the house? See if there's anything special about it. anything-
Well, I'm just saying you're pretty far away.
I
so
got
you'll-
keen sight as an eagle.
Okay.
He is an eagle.
But so Farrell's in the village is where Farrell is?
It looks just like a normal house.
Nothing like fancy in the back. No like farm
Not
yard.
particularly.
Nothing.
Nice little cottage.
All right.
This isn't like a remote manor or anything. This is just some farmhouse
This is a village.
in the village.
It's
Okay.
got it.
Eagle, go scan the village and give us a map.
Please.
Oh, guys, please, you can just walk into the place. It's right there.
Eagle, walk into the village and get us a map.
Dive bomb
Just
is eagle.
comes back with
Eagle
the map.
kicks in the saloon doors like a western.
So now, funny you say that, Tyler. There's a couple of houses. There does appear to be a tavern.
I'd like to land in unwild shape in a nice area that's not suspicious.
Looks badass no matter
Okay.
where.
Yeah,
it is.
you land like right outside the main entrance into town.
Boy, are my arms tired.
I punch him right in the
You've been
face.
sitting on that one since the moment. you
I
got
just
in.
flew in from Waterdeep.
So where do you guys want to go?
Into town.
I would say tavern because we're probably going to need to sleep. But someone should watch
Tavern?
the house.
Definitely sleep, but I would like to bring up the house and point out the one house in case the rest of the guys.
Okay, because it's been, like I said, it's been the better half of a day
Since we passed the house.
since you got here. You were flying, like I said, you flew pretty much a day. Yeah, so you guys, as you walk into town, you see a tavern called the Bulging Cauldron.
Grab me a beer.
Time out. The bulging cauldron.
I'm just gonna say this, Tyler. There's a lot of taverns. Probably a lot of the good names already got taken.
Listen,
all right.
Like how?
That's what they used to call me in high school.
It's very warm, homey. A couple of people are enjoying some drinks. You see a guy with an old flannel shirt and a riding hat, kind of like Bill from Red Dead Redemption 2,
Oh. Bill Williamson.
but without the racism.
Bill.
Or the suppressed homophobia, I assume. Or homosexuality, whichever
Yes.
one it is.
Can I do my favorite?
There's two schools of thought on that.
Can I do my favorite Bill Williamson line?
I implore you to get out of here, John.
It's a good line. From the
I say hi to
British.
everybody individually and hug as many as will let me.
They're kind of.
I don't.
You shouldn't hug people. You don't know. But
I respect everyone's privacy and don't.
Yeah.
Please does not know.
Are there any pretty women in the tavern?
no, not really.
Are there any pretty men in the tavern?
Mostly farmers who are just relaxing after a hard day's work.
Oh, so you're saying women
Are there any
farmers aren't
pretty farmers?
Salt of the earth, dirty people, but you know.
Oh, dirty?
I'm gonna go sit down and chat one of them up for the night.
All right. You see, like a guy.
Tail here.
The guy with the flannel shirt and the riding hat kind of walks up to you, goes, "Oh, welcome, masters. My name is Fargo. What can I get for you?"
Please call me daddy.
I'd prefer not to.
He's mispronouncing it. It's more da-dee.
Dude, why are you like John Lasseter everybody.
This is what beer does to me. I think
Connor's turned into that guy from Pixar that likes hugging people too much.
No, I say, can you do a line from the movie Fargo? I love that movie. I don't say that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your restraint.
He's like, thanks for not making me have to pretend not knowing what the fuck Fargo is.
Heck, Norm. No, so I say, I think we're looking for probably a bed for the night, if we can do that. And
Well,
I assume you have
luckily
alcohol.
for you, I've got some spare rooms on the second floor. You can rent them out by the day or the 10-day, should you so desire.
Well, I'm sure we'll go with a day. Yeah.
Oh, great. I'll need 2 silver from each of you.
I throw him a gold and say sorry about everything. I don't know what's happening to me, and I look at my hands and scream.
I pat please on the back until he calms down and go, and by the way, I'm on
Fargo
his tab.
pours you a beer and he looks terrified.
On the house.
I one-shot the beer.
No, Fargo, don't tell him on the house or he'll drink it on the roof. He doesn't know what that means. You gotta-
Duly noted, sir.
I'll go get him this time.
I say with that squared away, in addition to giving us a place to spend the night, I was wondering, do you know, I love this town, by the way, it's a really cute, homey town.
Oh, thank you. We're pretty small, but, you know, we're a hard-working community.
It definitely seems like that. You know, I've been thinking about potentially getting a property around here, maybe not in town.
Are
but
you really?
Maybe not in town, but maybe like near it, adjacent, kind of remote. Do you know any properties?
You know what? Tomorrow morning, you should go and talk to Kara. She's the mayor.
She's the mayor of this town, so she would know about all the goings of in and out. of
Oh,
this
absolutely,
place.
sir.
Okay, for sure. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
I would get food, but it would cause me great pain. So I can't do that.
Oh, well,
You know, I'm a robot. If I eat stuff, it's kind of like if you ate rubber without chewing.
I never thought of that before. But
Are we telling this guy all our backstories so we're easy to find?
I know,
Is that
it's,
the
I
plan?
know it's obvious, but we're on
to
libertarian.
clarify, you gentlemen have a rich narrative tapestry, I'm sure, but does anyone here require food?
Oh, Fargo! I don't. If you go to linkter.ee/itsjustbitch, you can find all about.
Now, sir, are you implying that for the price of a cup of coffee a day, I could help this wonderful
month?
podcast?
Indeed, in a month even. A month
Actually,
even.
a cup of coffee
We are
a
much
month.
cheaper than those dying children. Give us money instead.
1 Starbucks coffee per month.
For only some gold pieces. Anyway,
Please buys food and flips him with a gold coin and screams at his hands again.
You do that.
he's gonna.
I don't know why you do that. But you do that.
Is he turning into a werebear?
God, I hope
No,
so.
it's all about owl bears by now.
What?
Yeah.
Owlbears are very good.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
I thought he was
He's got
talking
some
about
stuff
now.
to figure
Does anyone else want to talk to old Fargo, or are you guys ready to call him?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a drink and talk to Fargo about. How am I gonna ask this? Any interesting folk that live in town? Other
Dude who
than.
murdered a whole family.
Oh, we're gonna kill him if you don't mind. Now, any interesting folk other than us? Has anybody raised your eyebrows as much as they're currently raised, Fargo?
Well, you didn't hear this from me, but a lot of travelers been going missing around these parts.
Ooh.
I'm
Cleaning a
I'm
glass.
cleaning a glass.
I was like,
I'm using space, Tyler.
Sorry, guys.
I took improv workshops.
I'm cutting it out because
Sorry,
they
for the
can't.
visual people, so I don't seem like a schizophrenic. He was doing really good like object work, cleaning glass, and all I can think about is, what the fuck does Brendan have in his hand?
Anyway, Fargo, I think that glass is clean. You've gone over it like 50 times.
well, you know.
But people going missing like just you don't
When
hear
I
from
get
him no more?
nervous, my hands do everything.
I say don't be nervous and touch his face. Negative
I
2 charisma.
overserved.
Negative 2 charisma.
Oh God!
Yeah, it's in character for him.
And I immediately realize it's wrong, but as I pull my hand away, I accidentally caress his cheek, and I go, please forget I did that.
I'm married. Just
Good for you.
I don't judge, but I'm married.
That's nice of you, sir. Don't tell your wife or anybody, or yourself even. But what do you mean by going missing? You just don't see him around anymore?
Well, you know, we're kind of right between Waterdeep and Daggerford. You know, this was a prime place for travelers to rest or trade goods or, well, like I said, just people been disappearing.
Are you saying there's just less people,
have the-
or particular people are disappearing?
Listen, I don't know you very well, but
I mean, I've caressed you.
my son, he's fallen in with a bad crowd, I'm thinking.
Who?
And I'm a little worried. He hasn't come home in a couple of days.
Well, we are adventurers that go around solving stuff. We might be able to help with that. We're not a great crowd. I'm sure we're not as bad as that crowd. What crowd would that be?
Well, there was this fella, Vialis something or other. He's got a...
Never heard of him.
Well, he's a bad sort. He's this collector of sycophants, and he likes to throw his coin around town and impress people, but... Well, my son kind of fell into the crowd a month ago, and I haven't seen him since.
What's your son's name?
We call him Young Fargo.
Young Fargo.
He's named after me. Fargo.
No, right.
So,
Me, Steve Buscemi.
I was gonna call him Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Vialis says he's building a new estate away from the village. I can tell you how to get there.
We won't say we found it from you.
He gives you kind of a little...
Is that where his son might be?
He gives you a quick...
I would assume.
He gives you some directions to the new estate.
All right, well, that'll do. And your son, if I look for a younger you, will I be in the ballpark on him?
They say the resemblance is uncanny. You'll recognize him.
Great. Well, thank you, sir, for the beer and everything and the other stuff that I didn't hear from you. We'll try and get your son back if we can prevail upon him to do so.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't really know how to exit conversations. Should I touch?
I mean, you could just you paid me for a bed. You could go use it.
Do I touch you? You're not going to be in the bed, are you?
No, we don't do that.
Good. That's what I wanted. To be clear, I'm going to stop talking now.
Hey, listeners, can you tell we haven't recorded in a while? Okay. So yeah, you guys wake up in the morning.
Long rest.
So if you want,
roll a proposition
if
like
you
that.
hold on. If you want, guys, Kellen can lead you guys straight to the place, or you can look around town a little bit, get some information. It's totally up to you.
Well, we do have the new quest of this guy's son. If you guys want to get a head start on that.
Those seem like very related quests, though.
It would have been old hat at that point. Please wakes up in the morning, looks at his hands, and doesn't scream. And he's like, oh, thank God.
And everyone else is like, oh, thank God.
Whatever that was.
I don't think we have time to unpack that. So
Everybody knows I have trauma. Now, to the mayor's house,
Oh,
last
damn
I
smart.
heard.
all right, you guys find the mayor's house. She's kind of working in her garden. She's a middle-aged human woman. She wears her hair in a short ponytail. She kind of sees you guys coming. She kind of wipes the dirt off of her hands on her apron. And she goes, "What can I do for you lads?"
I bow to the mayor because I don't understand the difference between a mayor and a queen.
Please, that's not necessary. Just call me Kara.
My liege.
How do you not respond? Do you know my name?
So, Mayor,
I didn't catch him.
I was just kind of coming into town to inquire about any particular residents that live more remotely to this town. Like, for instance, former lords, for instance.
Serial killer types, you know.
There's Mr. Yellowcrest, Lord Yellowcrest, that is. But
Let's start there. What do you know about him?
To be honest with you, I barely know him.
Now you say barely. Do you have like, for instance, like, you ever come into town, or is he largely sending his
Tyler,
people?
do me a favor, roll an insight check.
Oh, a natural 20.
Holy shit! Yeah, when you mentioned Yellowcrest, you can tell she's hiding something.
I'm happy I was so. Let's start there. So okay, I'd be like, so, not to be too forward, but the moment I said Yellowcrest, I literally saw your face change colors. So, and I wanted to repeat myself, but what do you know about Yellowcrest?
Well, he has some sort of a following. A lot of people now live in and around the village. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but
Makes you nervous, I bet.
I do know
You want to buckle
that.
that for?
Well, I mean, a lot of travelers have been going missing around these parts. It seems too hard to be a coincidence.
No, yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I know for a fact that as a mayor, generally, you don't.
bow again.
As a mayor,
You do it again.
okay. You're not the biggest fan of cults having a part in your town.
You think they could be a cult?
You basically just checked every box but calling it a cult. So
Also, we met a ghost who says it's a cult.
Don't.
you need to really.
He's on a lot of
He
mushrooms.
honestly
She,
has been waking up for the last 2 days and shaking, looking at his hand.
She looks around nervously and she goes, "Listen, if you think they're up to something, my sister Yada went up there and I haven't seen her for a while.
She's dead.
Can you
He doesn't say that.
Okay. If you're going up that way, maybe you could make sure she's all right.
We'd be happy to do that, Madam Mayor. I don't suppose if we were on the business of the town, there's any sort of papers you could give us that would lend some legitimacy to us snooping around up there?
I mean, I don't really have anything official.
Is there a town guard? Is there any
seal
kind
of the city? Anything like that? Anything that we could?
A badge. we can
Anything
wave
that could
around.
legitimize us in what's the term?
I'm-
Penetrating? No, that's too aggressive.
I'm sorry, I'm just the mayor. I don't really have anything like that.
Well, how about? I know you've been noticing things. You said there's a bunch of sycophants roaming the town. Do you know where?
Well, I mean, I don't know that they're sycophants, but we have been getting a lot of new people lately.
And they don't seem.
Well, they mostly keep to themselves. I think they're helping Lord Yellowcrest build his new estate.
I say we go there. Says please.
Well, please, you might be onto something. Well, Mayor, we're going to do our best to get to the bottom of if this is a cult, it's totally a cult, or not. But at very least, we can keep our eye out for your sister.
What was her name again? So we can.
Yaida?
Yaida.
Yeah, who are the two we got? We got
Yaida.
Yaida.
Yaida and Little.
Yaida and Young Fargo.
I walk backwards away from her while bowing the entire time.
Okay, you do that.
To Yellowcrest!
Little man.